Morning, this is Jake with Maxx of Chambersburg. Appreciate you letting me come out and see your roof today. I wanted to do a quick little video to show you a handful of just some of the stuff that we see. By mentioning starting to see some staining creeping in, which is a specific kind of algae that likes to feed off of the filler that asphalt shingle manufacturers are putting in their shingles. Since they're not putting as much asphalt as they were 20 years ago, they started to use limestone. And that black stain right there is a specific kind of algae that likes that. Our roof shampoo product will clean that off. You can see some here on the front. It's not as bad, and some there in the valleys, but the front west facing section is not as extreme as the east facing section. Here on the gutter edge, and one of the ways that you can tell that you start to see issues here after about 10-15 years is there's a decent amount of granules in this gutter, which is symbolic again of the shingle manufacturers and not installing enough asphalt to actually hold those granules on. Unfortunately, that's just really typical even in a 50-year shingle. Our Maxx product does a really good job of keeping the existing granules that are there on. That we always like to check. We always like to check around these. These will start to deteriorate, and the good news is that these, I don't see any large cracking. The cracking that I do see here is around some of these boot flashings, which part of our treatments include a roof tune-up, which is where we'll reseal around all these penetrations, and we'll reseal around these skylights too. I don't know if you can see this, but these are starting to crack as well. This is your sewer stack here, kind of in the middle. It almost looks as if these might have been a hair oversized, because I don't know if you can tell, but see if the shadows. See that right there? That's open into the attic space right there. So I'd like to get a smaller size boot put on that. The other thing that we'll sometimes see, and I don't know, periodically you'll start to see nail pops. And this one is sticking up right here. You see the nail, that's something where we'll pull that out and seal that up. And we're back here, we're closer to the driveway now. Again here, you can see, I mean, there's almost a 1/4 inch gap right there in the flashing there. So I'd like to replace those and actually get the correct size boot flashing that's there. Again, you can see some of the cracks that are happening, which are real typical on a roof this age. Now on the front, again, you can see here, this is a pretty good, you can see the amount of granules that are in the gutter. A decent amount of degranulation on this roof. We do have some excessive moss buildup right here underneath this, which our roof shampoo product can take care of as well. And we'll see if we can't clean up some of that moss there on the vinyl. We're on the front slope here, right off this tiny dormer, and I wanted to show you something. I don't know if you can see right here some of that. This is where your granules have popped off there, and you can actually start to see some of that fiberglass. And I don't know if you can tell here, but you see all this area right here. That's degranulation happening. The granules that should be there are currently right there in that gutter. And that's something that our Maxx treatment, that soy, what it does is it goes in there and it reactivates some of that asphalt, and it saturates it, and it aids in keeping those granules exactly where they should be.